fellow Star Wars fans, it is Starrapter here coming at you with another video relating to Star Wars The High Republic, the brand new era in Star Wars storytelling set 200 years before the Phantom Menace. So StarWars.com has given us some great new details about the Knights and the Masters of the High Republic. Now, some of these I've talked about on a channel before, but we do have a couple of new entries, and we are given the concept art and descriptions for each of these characters. So I do want to start off with the Masters of the High Republic. The first one is a brand new Twi'lek character named Loden Greatstorm. First off, how great is that name? So epic. The description reads, Loden is a Twi'lek Jedi Master and is considered to be one of the best teachers in the Jedi Order. Strong and wise, with a good sense of humor, Loden looks at every moment as a learning experience, always trying to better himself and those around him, especially his Padawans. So yes, this guy looks really cool, very stoic in his image. He's got this really nice sort of yellowish lightsaber with a very cool hilt. And I like that he has multiple Padawans. We do know in Star Wars canon that, throughout a master's time, they can have multiple Padawans. So it's going to be interesting. He's the character I'm looking most forward to, I would have to say, especially since he has that good sense of humor. Maybe this is a character that Yoda has taught or Yoda learns from. We're going to see. The next master I do want to talk about is the character of Stellan Gios. Now, Stellan is an optimistic and well-respected Jedi Master. He is a human. Stellan came up through the Order with Avar Kriss, and although they are often on different assignments for the Jedi of the Republic, when the two work together, they are a powerhouse team of two noble heroes in action. Strong in the Force and a natural teacher, Stellan is currently stationed at one of the Jedi Temple outposts on the distant planet of Karagan Viner. And that is a common theme with these characters, as we're going to see in our description. These characters are linked to one another. Now, the High Republic is a series of not only books but comics as well. It spans through adult type content and young adult content and middle grade content. So we're going to see these characters kind of going throughout the different types of mediums. And I want to look at his lightsaber design of the hilt. That is a crossguard. So similar to Kylo Ren's, except it doesn't have the emitters for the heat. They are a physical hilt that looks something like out of the Middle Ages, which these characters are akin to those of the Arthurian legends, Knights of the Round Table, if you will. He has a very similar dress to that of the previous character I talked with Loden Greatstorm. So it's interesting to see these characters having that gold and white type of kind of ornamentation on their clothing. And his description with Avar Kriss, we're going to move on to that character. Now, this is a character I talked about in a previous video. She is also another master of the High Republic. She is a human female. Her description reads, Avar is the brightest, most noble example of Jedihood. She always tries to see the good in people and situations and never puts herself first. She is invigorated about life on the frontier and the challenges it brings, and is an inspiration for those who work with her. She is compassionate, not dogmatic, and always ready to sacrifice herself over others. Avar Kriss is the best of the best. So Avar Kriss, she is on the cover, front and center, for Charles Soule's first book, first foray into the High Republic, Light of the Jedi. And this is a character that I spent some time talking about. She did appear first in The Rise of Kylo Ren issue number 2 inside of a holocron that this character that is a student of Jedi Master Luke was studying. So I do like how they specifically point out in her description she is not dogmatic. So we have this view of the Jedi from the prequels about them being very dogmatic and very much into themselves and not helping others. And they go out of the way. In the description for Avar Kriss, she is the epitome of a Jedi. From what it seems like, she is for the good and the light and for what matters to helping people. So I cannot wait to see what Avar Kriss brings to the table. And somebody that relates to Avar Kriss is a Jedi Knight, and that is somebody I've talked about on another video as well. This is Keeve Trennis. So Keeve Trennis is a young firebrand Jedi believed to have a great future ahead of her if only she would believe it herself. quick-witted and more impulsive than she should be, Keeve has only been a Jedi Knight for a few weeks and is a little starstruck around Avar. Knowing many of the great things Kriss has done in the past, she is determined to prove herself to Avar and the other legendary Jedi stationed at Starlight Beacon, but first she must learn to trust in herself as much as she trusts in the Force. So this character is going to have a very dark story, because we do learn from Dooku Jedi Lost where she actually leaves the Jedi Order. She becomes one of the Lost 20 as seen in the Jedi archives. So she's going to have a very tumultuous, and Yoda explains about it's very sad how she left the Order. I do want to look at her character appearance a little bit, because I think it's very, very strong. The fact that we are getting a character with a double-bladed green lightsaber is freaking amazing. I cannot wait to just visualize her twirling that thing, taking out enemies left and right. And not only that, but her awesome garb, that kind of leather tunic over top of, again, that white type of outfit, definitely seems more of a previous generation from characters we've seen before. Now remember, we have the dress blues of the Jedi, which are their more formal, and then we have their adventure type of clothing, so that's what she appears to be in. But she does seem like she's going to be a character that's almost like Anakin Skywalker, where she's very impulsive, just isn't sure. Maybe she's like Anakin Skywalker mixed with Kylo Ren. I think this is going to be one of the most interesting character stories for the entire High Republic. And moving on to our last character, this is a character I also talked about on the channel before, and this is Vernestra Rwoh. So Vern is a newly minted Jedi Knight. Vernestra Mirialan was Padawan to Stellan Gios, and that was the guy I mentioned before. She works hard and is devoted to the Jedi Order more than most others her age. At 16, she is one of the youngest knights in a generation. She struggles to fit in with the adults while also setting a good example for the younger Jedi. So 16, and she is a Jedi Knight. That is pretty miraculous, and I'm very excited to see what kind of catapulted her to become a Jedi Knight that early on. I do like the lightsaber design. We are going again for the blue lightsaber, which we've seen plenty of times in the current Star Wars canon. But yes, it's going to be cool to see from a perspective of somebody so young in this conflict. And just talking about the overall feelings I have about the Jedi during this era, and about what Star Wars is StarWars.com is piecemealing out this information now. This is the first wave of Jedi that we know about. There are plenty of other Jedi, as the authors have taken to Twitter, like Evan Scott and Charles Soule, saying this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. There are so many other Jedi. I mean, just look at that one Wookiee Jedi on the cover that I talked about in a previous video. I'm very excited to learn more about that character specifically, but we have so much more concept art that details all the different character appearances. I'm loving how we're getting such diversity already in this cast of characters, just from the age range to the species to the sex of these characters. It is going to be very much a storyline where we can attach ourselves to one character and follow them through this journey, which I'm so excited about, just not knowing the fates of any of these characters. And it looks like we're going to have a lot more of these deep dives in the future as StarWars.com. In this article, they did say this is the first of a series of articles, so we're going to get more stuff about the High Republic before it officially launches in August. So which one of these characters are you most looking forward to reading about in the High Republic? Let's talk about them all in the comment section below. As I mentioned numerous times, I do have other videos relating to the High Republic, so if this video interests you, make sure you go back and check out my other videos, and do subscribe to this channel so that way you'll never miss another video relating to the High Republic. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.